try it again. I'll give it a minute. I'll check it. No, it's working. Okay, good. Okay, cool. So that's all working. This is open my project. Animation. Nope. Okay. Is that a chat emote? Alright, look, because I haven't been able to give you an update, or I haven't sent an update on my project. This is my, I gotta adjust my Wacom. Okay, let's adjust it. Alright, so, here's my cathedral. I spent a while designing stuff for this. I will be painting the backgrounds probably sometime next week. Maybe. No promises. Can't guarantee that. Because I need to do some animation on this too to make sure it all works right. Today I'm going to fix the perspective on this chair and put some detail on the actual character. But to save myself, I need to rename these drawings because this disorganization is going to kill me. I finally watched the last, that third episode of Sentenced to Be a Hero. That show's the animation in that show is so good. Is that the chair? Oh, it's my first pass on her? Oh, okay. Can't even spell my own character's name right. You know what I wanna watch next? Yes, chatting will increase the chance of more viewers and stuff. But it's also chatting increases the chance of more views, but it'll be harder for me to get more viewers technically because the Twitch channel on art, the art section, if I go to Twitch, not that part, and let's go to browse, and I'm gonna go to the art category. There's only 11.1 thousand people watching, and there's not a single streamer with 1,000 views on art at all. which is fine. And then YouTube doesn't have a section for art for me to put it on. So I think the category I have YouTube set to is film and animation. But that's fine, because I'm not necessarily doing this to try to get like a bunch of viewers or anything. I'm doing it solely so I can like help keep myself more focused. But what I was saying is I want to watch what was it? The You and I Are Polar Opposites. I watched the first episode on YouTube. They use so much slang in the dub version of it that it's actually insane. Okay, let's find her chair. Found it. Okay, cool. Cool, let's fix this first. It's black, my pencil. How's that feel? That's a little white. 5? 5 feels okay. How's the game going? Is it in there? Is it in the halftime? Okay, so I need to do some draw through of this. I did not warm up today at all like I did with the other day. Oh my god, that eraser's huge. Every time it resets the size of the eraser. There, that works. 7-7? Okay. I don't know, I know my brother's watching it upstairs. I bought him some Blue Moons to go for the game. Based on where the horizon line is going to be about back here. So you think that would like, that's too steep though. I'll use my judgment to do that. Man, you know, I might put what's it called? Separate the audio tracks on here so that I can watch I can watch anime while I stream. It's like that defeats the whole purpose of me streaming to do this. Bro, I got this new Red Bull flavor. It's iced vanilla berry. It has, let's see if that shit that the streamers are doing works, like when they put their hand on it, if it like actually helps it focus. It probably does. But the iced vanilla berry, there's like a weird, I don't know, the taste is kind of weird, but it's good. I think I'm gonna start, like, I'm gonna stream my fan art, but I also did, so you can't see it from here, but I sent you pictures of the setup. What's it called? Unfortunate. I mean, why hire a kicker that can't kick? It's just stupid. What was I saying? Oh, I was gonna say, you can't see it from the angle I have, but I have. Like, I sent you the picture of my setup. I've set it up to where I can, like, play some games a little easier, but it's still not, like, the main priority. But it's there, and I kind of been wanting to play some Marvel Rivals, so we'll possibly doing that. What do you need? Like a webcam? Yeah, a webcam could be useful. I mean, you could get one from Walmart for fairly cheap, like $40, $50 for like a 1080p webcam. That's what I got mine for. But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff on there. But the issue is that I like to, like you do, I like to play Black Widow, and that stupid bitch ruined it. Now who am I supposed to play? Go back to Hawkeye? Fuck. Wait, that actually kind of, whatever I did just actually kind of worked out for me. I know, I saw they have like Rogue is in there. I've seen gameplay of Daredevil and stuff. Yeah, I fucking heard DPS pool, tank pool, support pool. Like, I haven't seen much. I guess YouTube and Twitch, like, they don't get upset if I watch another, like, people do it all the time. So let me check out some of the characters. Let's see. I mean, I can always go back to just playing Psylocke. Not the first recommended search on my YouTube is Marvel Rivals Summer Skins. Yo, Marvel? Oh yeah, Cloak and Dagger. Hey, low-key, my Cloak and Dagger is disgusting. That shit's fire. Okay. Okay, I'll watch this.
What's going on, guys, and welcome back. Today we're going to be ranking every single hero within this game, and we're going to do it twice. Of course, one for the try-hard, maximum sweat energy, and the others for those that
can you hear
play
the
for good
video?
Vibes. You Black Widow mains out there. And listen, Deadpool, he's landed. Let's see where he is placed, and among that, a good amount of meta shifts that I think are going to shock you. Let's talk about it. Now, before we begin, guys, a couple of notes.
Really
obviously, every hero in this game could be playable, and they are playable and can be competitive. Doesn't really matter your rank. If you can carry on a hero, go for it.
Okay,
go crazy,
cool.
because you probably are him if you the results show it. So, take all this with that in mind, but this is on average where all these heroes are going to land, both in low rank and in high rank. In terms of the meta right now, it is pretty poke heavy, so a lot of hit scan, and if this is gibberish to you, there's long range is doing good, I guess is the best way to put it. Brawl also has a good spot right now, and triple support is kind of supreme in a lot of scenarios, but we'll get more on that as we work our way through the heroes. Let's go and start in alphabetical order, and as always, Adam Warlock is going to lead the helm, and honestly, he's kind of a product of the strategist around him. Unfortunately, they're all better than him in most scenarios. Even in triple support, Adam has a tough time fitting into a group that does so well.
I feel like he was
especially for the talent you have to have. So obviously, in high elo, he's not going to be top tier. I've got him in C tier just for what he's going to bring on a consistent basis for most games. He has a decent team up with Luna, but his res ultimate, even though it's, you know, crazy and can be impactful most of the time, you'd rather just have, you know, the good old heal circle that's going to keep the team up and healthy throughout the fight. Because if you lose the first time, odds are you're going to lose the second time.
For you, who's the most
elo,
annoying
I don't think there's a worse hero you could pick. There's probably one, but outside of that, Adam Warlock, his whole kit shines with a high skill ceiling. And so if you're great at using, you know, timing of abilities, hitting headshots, all those things that make Adam great, you don't have probably those skills in low elo, so he's F tier, bottom of the barrel, but no hesitation. All right, guys, next we move on to Angela, and I've been a big Angela defender season over season, and a lot of the time it has to do with her, well, a million of counters that she has out there. Last season, they were getting banned a bit more. This season, not so much, and Angela can be kind of a feast or famine pick. I think that defines her in general with people who play the hero. You know, you look like the god that she is, or you're just a jackass doing nothing for your team. High elo, I think she's going to be the very top of A tier. This will be the first time I think I remove her from S tier, going down just a tad. The top echelon of play, I think maybe she could be in the S tier, but right now I've got her in A tier. And then in low elo, man, I could even keep putting her lower. C tier is generous, I feel like, for the majority of what I see and what I hear of low elo Angela play. Just not a great pick for low elo as well, but can shine in higher competitive environment. All right, so we move on to T'Challa, the King of Wakanda, and it's tough, guys, because if I'm gonna be honest, I was talking about heroes to main this season. We looked at, you know, the buffs he got with his spear damage, his 50% damage reduction. I have played 15 hours of Black Panther this patch. I dedicated myself to try to bring him back, and here's the thing. If you are super skilled with this guy, he can pop off, but the world is against you. Like, if you get CC'd, you know, your life flashes before your eyes. And the bad news is there's so many things that disrupt his kit that you have to be a near perfect player to really pop off on him. And so he still has the world against him in that regard. The 50% damage reduction is nice, especially kind of in the quick play for sure. But as you kind of get up in competitive, people are just going to still CC you, so it doesn't really matter the damage front, or they can still burst you with enough damage. So Black Panther, not in the best spot. I have him in D tier though for high elo. I still feel like he's not the worst in the game, and he doesn't deserve that, and he is getting better, and he's a tad more consistent. So I have him D for both tiers. I feel like, you know, in low elo, people are a little bit less coordinated with maybe their mag bubbles to stop your marks, and the strategists are slower to react, so you still have that chance to be okay. D tier in both, but he probably needs to be looked at again. Black Widow, I mean, listen, I already said in the intro, you know, if you're going for the good vibe, I can't even play a game without somebody saying you're zazaing it. Listen, if it wasn't hard to play her before the last like week, it's like if you have the world against you. If you even pick her in the selection lobby, like, people already hate you most likely. And so, yes, there are going to be you know, instances, especially in high-level play, that you can Mantis buffer and, you know, you can one-shot a couple 250 heroes, which there's not too many of those. I think, like, Rocket, Adam, I believe, a couple others. Outside of that, though, there's just really not a ton of use. You know, you do have that one-hit combo. There are some cracked Black Widows out there, don't get me wrong. But listen, guys, who are we kidding? High elo, we're going to banish her. I am going to put her in the top of F tier, if that counts for anything. And then in low elo... Dear God,
I wish Black Widow was
this is
good
just the
so
definition
much.
of the throw pick, right? Like, if you piss somebody off, if you ban their hero, if something doesn't go, you know, correctly, if you lost the first fight, if someone doesn't get to play their role, they're gonna go Black Widow, then everybody kind of gets pissed, and then there you go. That's Marvel Rivals for the day for you. So, you know, definitely the worst hero in F tier, no question. You know, her and Adam are kind of sitting there alone at the bottom. All right, we move on.
Okay. You sent me a reel on Instagram, or did you like send it to my phone? Oh, okay, you sent it to my phone. Steam login failed. Well, that's crazy. Okay, it was Insta.
How about a nice big cup of shut the fuck up? Think before you open your stupid mouth, jackass.
Actually, I literally identify as a father.
How about a nice big cup of shut the fuck up?
Fucking beautiful. Exactly what it needs to be.
This is for all.
How many did she do? Stop, that was loud as fuck.
To Blade, who was one of my most played heroes,
How about a
especially in the
big
last
fat
month.
cup of shut
And
the fuck up?
you know, they buffed him, and a lot of people are looking that it's more of a nerf, and it's kind of tough because it is. You know, his shotgun, I think,
So
is
Matt, I'm
his
working on my
shotgun
senior
dash is
film,
awful
and
now.
I'm watching
But he's such a hero of momentum.
watching this YouTube video on like the heroes of Marvel Rivals and how they are now. Because I haven't played that game in like, what, a year now? It's been almost a year. So, hell yeah. Yeah, I'm just doing that and working on my senior film.
That I feel like the more momentum you can get with him, you can get kind of terrifying with his blade now and that anti-heal. But it feels like you're just in an anime movie, just like chopping, slicing, going crazy. I swear it takes me like 30 seconds to take down a Groot, and that's with like nobody on him. With that anti-heal, that pressure is a little bit more, and you can be a bit more lethal. But they've got to make up something with his kit. It just doesn't feel right altogether. I don't think he's as bad as people are saying, to be honest. I still think he's plenty viable. I love playing him. I'm going to put him actually higher in low elo. I've got him in B tier for low elo. People aren't as coordinated to get rid of him, and that aggression and momentum as he's slicing and dicing, you know, very quickly with his like 10 full meters.
So I'm
It's
assuming
very hard to stop with low skill
that is
level.
my sister's
High though,
fiance. I have
it's
no
just tough.
idea.
I've got him in C tier, probably high C tier for high elo with those certain blade mains. You know who you are. It can obviously kick ass with them. We move on
But
to
I
Bruce
have,
Banner, who did get a lot
like,
of buffs
the
now, a
setup
couple
I
back
have
to back.
on here,
And is he
it
back?
lets me
How's the
have
Hulk doing? I think
my
there's a couple
Twitch
heroes I'm
and
going to talk
YouTube
about today that
chat
the
in
jury's
one
still out. We don't know exactly where they're
section.
going to land. I will say early on,
What do you mean your
the
button
Hulk is
fell
still kind
off?
of middle of the pack, at least for me. I think in pro play
I
he can move up, but there are better options, most likely.
Like,
and I think people,
fell
you know,
off of
clearly
your
want to play the
computer?
Hulk. He's very fun to play, but is he?
I'm working on my senior film and streaming.
Do you
What?
want to go to Rarity?
No, I'm streaming and working on my. They can't. Nobody can see you, and it's just my friend, and I think Matt.
Matt?
That's it. Well, I don't know what Matt's YouTube name is.
What does that say?
It says Matt the Pat. So I was like, I don't remember if it's Matt or if it's somebody.
Is that
Like
you, Matt?
somebody else. That's what I said, but he didn't. We didn't do that. I would like a Rarity though.
So you want me to go to Rarity by myself and bring you back one?
You were gonna go anyways by yourself. I even told you earlier that I was coming downstairs to stream for the rest of the day, pretty
Do you
much.
think I honestly listen?
No, I don't. Except for now when I
Does
asked for.
Rarity support who you are becoming?
You said what?
Does Rarity support who you are becoming?
Yes, it
Or
does.
does it enable who you were?
No, it has caffeine in it. It's definitely supporting what I'm creating
You
right
want the
now.
matcha jasmine
Yup,
bullshit?
yup. Thanks, G. Bye, I love you. W.
Extremely viable and competitive play. I've got him in B tier for high elo. I think that's about where he's going to settle for now. And then in low elo, he's like a toddler, right? Like, they are dangerous things. but they lack the strength to do anything. Like the Hulk is a D tier hero, and I think that's being generous. He just doesn't do much in low elo. He's an old battery. He kind of, you can jump around more, I guess, but you're just not going to offer for your team what other tanks can do. And it's hard enough to get a Vanguard at low level play, so Hulk is not the option. Captain America, Steve Rogers. I always love looking at people that play like Vanguard, and they're like, yeah, you know, and if you don't play Captain, you're like, it's not that bad. And it's because you're never seeing him in a match. He's just beating the hell out of your backline. Captain America got a buff. His shield is, you know, you can throw it much more for finishing kills or just having more aggression. And he fits perfectly in a triple support meta. His ult's great, the defensive ult that he's going to continue to just always have that nicheness about him. He's hard to kill. There's so much to be said. And his skill ceiling, as you guys know, I think is at the top of the list. If you perfect a hero at the top level of playing Rivals, I think Cap is one of the best in the game. I've got him in A tier for high elo on a consistent basis, where I think he lands amongst dive heroes, especially with coordination. In low elo, I've got him in C tier. You're kind of just surviving a lot. I see a lot of people pick him and you're not going to get the coordination, but you do get some of the other stuff. So you're getting kind of a slimmed down version of honestly, you're getting like the slim Captain America than the, you know, super soldier. Okay, so Cloak and Dagger, and they just got a lot of buffs. Obviously, you get, you know, double use of the Terror Cape, or you can, you know, get the Light Force out there. The bubble got better, and I think the hero is much stronger. In a world where Magneto isn't, you know, the best tank, you know, she's gonna get even better. And I feel like people continue to be hard on her for no reason. First of all, you guys know the drill. It's a tier list, so S tier for low elo, no question about it. What you get out of this hero for the level of effort you need to put in is just absolutely worth it in most low ranked matches. Like if you're even having a bad day and you're like a duelist main, like just go play Cloak and Dagger, like, and you'll just feel like you have good impact for your team. At high elo, I think she's low A tier. I'm going to put her there, you know, pretty confidently. I feel like what she can offer the team now feels like a very good balance and mix. You know, does she stack up to the top of the top strategists? Probably not. If they're banned, though, this is a great, you know, second option. And overall, I think she offers plenty of the support that you're looking for from a strategist. So Cloak and Dagger, I've got an A tier for high and S tier for low. Next up, the lawyer, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, and he got a little bit of a nerf. It was a little bit of a nothing burger. However, the more that I've seen Rivals play out with this hero, the more I've understood that unless you've got the talent to play him and the mechanical talent, I don't know why I'm trying to find another word, it's tough to get the max value out of this guy, especially a little bit with the given meta. I'm going to put him at the very top of A tier for high elo at most level of play. You could maybe get away. Actually, I do think you could put him in S tier. So if you are gifted from the keyboard and mouse god above, then absolutely top tier hero in the game. But the majority of people, I think he's going to be an A tier. And then in low elo guys, like it drops down pretty significantly. I don't think I can put him
like that.
Really much higher, maybe B, right? Like you're just not going to get the value that Daredevil brings. And, you know, certainly you can practice on him in low elo, and by the time you get to high, you can have all those things nailed down perfectly. But when it comes to his fury and the players around him, they get better at realizing how to take care of him and what matchups can actually take on Matt Murdock. So B tier for low, A tier for high. Let's talk about the newest hero, guys, Deadpool. Where does Deadpool land? Well, certainly not all of his roles are going to be the same, and they're definitely not. Let's start with Duelist Deadpool, who I think gets the worst rap of all of them, and that's because he takes by far the most skill to play. And for that reason, he is awful in low elo, and definitely someone you probably should not play. Even as much as you love Deadpool, save it for quick play. I've got him in D tier for Duelist Deadpool in low elo, and I've got him in B tier for high elo. I think people don't understand that once he does get upgraded, this guy can be a snowball demon that is like as scary as a Daredevil in a lot of games. But that's kind of the problem with him. He takes time to get better and better, and you know, you got to get things rolling for him. But if you can nail your headshots and you can, you know, jump, bunny hop from one to the other, his ult is terrifying, especially how fast he does get it. And his damage output is there. His survivability, you know, comes online as you upgrade him as well. So again, I think he's better than people think. With the Vanguard Deadpool, this is one I think people were very high on at first and kind of coming down a bit now as we've seen what he does. Having guns for Vanguard is cool, but I feel like he does a lot without doing a lot. You can live a fair amount, but you're not offering all that much. It's like a Captain America player or a Hulk player, even Venom, that hasn't like mastered the hero.
No, I
They're
feel
kind of
like
just
Captain
back there
America
doing
could
things, but they're
fucking
not getting eliminations or getting the
dirty work if he's
space.
good
His
enough.
little bubble feels like that needs to be the first thing that gets a buff because it just feels underwhelming. On a consistent average, I have Vanguard Deadpool at a high B tier. I think this is probably the one that could change the most and is definitely gonna, you know, hurt some feelings. Listen, I want Deadpool to be great. They've already like adjusted some of his visual clutter and all that. And I think he's the easiest hero to adjust because he has a million abilities in the upgrade book. And for the love of God, if I have to hear Galactus voice lines with him one more time, I'm gonna lose my shit. They have to put a setting for this, or I'm gonna lose it. But let's talk about Strategist Pool. I think he might be broken. Having a defensive ult every single match, almost, or you know, fight is so busted in this game. The damage boost, he has great healing, good AoE healing. A lot of his abilities are simple to pull off. If you've been playing competitive, it's no shock to you because he's banned, you know, all the time. Right now, Strategist Pool, no question. Heal Pool, I guess. We gotta have official names. Put them down below. But Heal Pool is correct. I'm gonna put him in S tier for high elo, and then with some of the mechanics you need, I have him in A tier for low elo. Doctor Strange. Okay, guys. So obviously the portal tech in general keeps this guy employed in every single game. You're gonna see him, and because of that, yes, he's a great hero. They gave him buffs with his mobility and a little bit of his AoE pop. And where does he land now? He's kind of like this strategist I've been talking about, like Adam and some others, that the other Vanguards oftentimes give a bit more value. And here's the thing, right? The mobility that he has is much better to hit those Agamottos. Like, oh, it's so clean now. The problem is, at pro level play, I think he's going to be used a lot more. In most instances in Rivals, I feel like there's so much in this game that blocks your Agamotto. It's kind of like Black Panther with his marks. It's so hard to get it off because you really have to be perfect when you land it. So yes, it could be easy play of the game, ace, you know, win it for your team, or just a complete like Aga no. Shit, that was stupid. Got him in B tier for high, and then A tier for low. I think those Agamottos are easier to hit. He's now much easier to play in general, and his AoE getting more damage, like all of that is just going to make his play in low elo that much better. I think he's a very safe Vanguard option, especially if you're new to the role. All right, moving on, we go to Emma Frost, and, you know, I've heard whispers of her being, you know, worse in overall meta play, and I've got to be honest, I can't put her lower than S tier. She could be low S tier, but she's definitely going to be amongst the great Vanguards in this game. You know, if Poke didn't exist, she would be unstoppable, and simply put, getting that buff obviously helped her melt people that much more with her primary, but she's always going to fit as a counter to a lot of heroes in the game, but also just this great presence. In low elo, she could be the solo Vanguard, and in high elo, she's such a threat. We've seen it time and time again. Yes, there are other takes that I think shine a tad above her, but she's definitely still such a staple pick. Love Emma Frost, S tier for both. Gambit, he took some nerfs, guys. He took some nerfs, but he still just feels absolutely illegal. He doesn't fold. His ult is still absolutely crazy, and all of his kit, like outside of his healing and his ult, that's so easy brain off to help the team, you know, get the team wipes. The rest of his kit offers so much that other strategist kits don't. His damage output is insane, and even with the nerfs that he took, is still a very dependable hero, and that's obvious. We can see that in most levels of play. He's still banned all the time, and he also just makes Rogue like way better as well with that team up. So yes, he's gonna be S tier for low elo because he triggers like the monkey brain in like your teammates that don't know to move forward. And then in high elo, he's perfect in organized play. So no question, one of the best strategists in the game. We move on to the tree, and where do we have Groot? Let's start with high elo. He's probably the best Vanguard in the game. His ultimate is game deciding and or like point deciding. His walls and his perfection in stopping the poke is very good, and his skill ceiling is infinitely high. The way that you can block heals from the enemy team, you can create like a Roman Colosseum to fight just like the tanks and the duelists together, or you can just go crazy with his ult by yourself. You can combo it with Blade, with Moon Knight. Forgot to mention that point on Blade, why I like him. That is, you know, a pretty lethal combination. But altogether, Groot is absolutely disgusting, especially in high elo, S tier, and possibly best in class. You'll have to wait for the end of the video. In low elo, you take all those things and you can't do it, right? The wall tech and the coordination, all those things that make him great, not so much. And you don't see him played that much, especially from what I've heard. He is just not as good as other options down there with the skill that you need to have. So I've got him in C tier for low elo and then high elo S tier. Hawkeye, if I had $1 for every time I watched a kill cam and that Hawkeye didn't mean to hit that shot, I'd be a rich man. I hate this hero, I really do, but where do I want to put him on a consistent basis, right? Because we always talk about you either have the god tier Hawkeyes or the absolute dog water Hawkeyes, and for the most part, if they're on the enemy team, they're always going to be the top tier. He's
like
one of
to
those
think I was a
heroes
good
that, man,
Hawkeye.
if you're a Vanguard player, you know this very well. You just you see the Hawkeye in the opening first fight, and you're just like, damn it, there goes my joy. Like, he can just suck the fun right out of the match because of what he can do, and you have to play so well around him. But consistency, how good is he? I've got him in B tier for high elo at the top end of things because he is easy to answer and or counter at high elo with coordinated play and dive. In low elo, I had him way lower in past seasons, but if I'm being honest, again, you can just get lucky with these guys' shots, and how he works in general is pretty stupid across the board. I think I've heard that low elo people hate him more than high rank players, so I've got him in B tier because you do need the mechanical aim to be very good at him, but he does, B
tier is
he
crazy.
can pop off a little bit more in low elo. So B tier for both. Okay, so we have Hela up next, and I love this. You can always tell when we've got like returning players and they've got the Hela Lord, and like they're not that great, but they used to be good because Hela was supreme for so many seasons,
Hela
and
was
she
really
still is, a top pick in DPS. There is spoiler, Phoenix is a better pick in almost every single game, and so because of that, Hela, is kind of always like little sister to the best DPS.
Hello. What are you doing?
I am streaming right now and working on my project.
No.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Well, I wanted to watch, but we probably can't do that today. No.
No, not while I'm streaming. We can't watch. What? If you can walk in here and start talking, then she can come in here and start talking.
No, I didn't mean for her.
What's up?
I meant for her to be quieter than she normally is, and if her phone's loud, turn it down.
You can't have it playing audio if you're gonna be in here, though. Right, that's what I'm saying. Shit, only if my bank account was like Kai's. Salem, get out from back here. I just heard my brother yell from upstairs what happened in the game. Is there some moving on here? Is that why? Yeah, that's exactly what was happening. Reference page, that's alright.
In the poke hit scan region, but Hela's still very good. Also, a perfect answer to brawl comps, right? If they have a thing, a magic, whatever, all of a sudden this ult that's so easy to shoot down becomes an AC 130 and the entire team dies. I've got her in low S tier for high elo, and then I've got her at bottom of A tier for low elo. You're gonna have to have the aim and the mechanical skill to get it off, but her ult becomes more consistent, and overall, like, what people can do against you is gonna be lowered, so she is good if you do shine with, the mouse aiming console, whatever. So Human Torch is up next, and he's going to be our first flyer, I believe we talk about. And if it's no surprise to you, we've been talking a lot about hit scan, which means ultimately flyers are going to struggle pretty massively, especially right now. The way they design Human Torch is kind of weird because he's like this shotgun flyer that wants to be up close and personal, but most of the time, when the hell is that situation going to, come about. If you risk yourself going up close, you're gonna die, right? So it's a very tough thing to figure out as Human Torch, and you don't see him play that much. He can be good with like Ultron, maybe Mantis, sometimes with that triple support, sometimes with other flyers, but most of the time, that pick is just better off being somebody else. There are some really good Human Torch mains. If there's an animated Lord Icon one out there, I'm sure you are absolutely dominating the lobbies. So in low elo, I've got him in C tier, and I know that's kind of contradicting what I just said, but obviously his camp players aren't as good, and you can pull off some of his shotgunness a bit better. And then I've got him in C tier as well for high low. He's not the worst of the worst, but definitely nowhere towards the top of the DPS. Invisible Woman, the Disappear is right up there with like again from Bucky. That it's just an old line that I hate so much. I hate this hero, mainly because she counters with the push and pull. Like 90% of the heroes I like to play. She did get a nerf, but they didn't nerf the things that she does very well. Her survivability is a little bit less, but she's still very good in this game. Her healing output and the way that she plays, and ultimately the sustain of staying alive is so important in both elos. Not much more to say about Sue Storm other than with the new animated Lord icons. I feel like this is the one I see the most. Like you Sue mains are so damn dedicated, but yes, I've got you for S tier for both. All right, we move on to Iron Fist. Continues to get buffs, and he's such a weird hero because oftentimes, like when someone locks Iron Fist on my team, I'm like, okay, we'll see how this goes. But then if I see Iron Fist on the other team, I'm just like, damn it, this is the scariest hero in the game at times. He's very matchup dependent, but a lot of the times, a great Iron Fist alongside another DPS is going to do very well in their games. In low elo, you do lack some of the skill and or just how the lobbies are ran. So I've got him down in B tier for low. But in high elo, I do have him in low A tier. I think that he can, do very well, obviously, against Vanguards and put a lot of pressure on them. But also now with the way, that the buffs that he did get is going to make him that much better against squishies. So he is on the rise. He continues to go up, and I'm not surprised at all if he just, rockets towards the top of DPS play. Iron Man is the flying lawnmower, as I've continued to talk about him. This is one of those heroes, especially with his like iconicness in Marvel, that just needs to get buffed, right? Like Jarvis, fix this damn man. Now, let's start with the good. In low elo, I think that the things he does bad aren't as big of a problem, right? Like those hit scan heroes can't take you down as much, and his heavy damage is very hard to deal with when people can't shoot a flying object in the air, which is a lot of the time. So I think he's actually a great pick in low elo. His ult gets that value because for whatever reason people aren't playing with volume. I don't know how you don't know he's coming, but his ult gets way more value, so he's gonna be A tier, top of A tier for low elo. But I have him at the bottom of the list. He's gonna be F tier for low elo, and I think the hero that needs probably the biggest adjustment right now in the game. He just needs to be quicker, maybe deal even more damage, something, or like a shield. Something has to happen to make him more just like consistent. And this is especially considering that like Phoenix and Hela, they just like beat the hell out of this man. Jeff the baby land shark. Listen, we've all played the games with the Jeffs that are horrible and the ones that can carry the lobby. Where does he land ultimately? It's kind of tough, right? Because there are better options for strategists a lot of the time, but there are tons of maps in play that Jeff fits perfectly. Now with Daredevil and Deadpool and Magneto ults, like there's a lot to fear with the ult. You can die pretty easily even if you get like nearly the whole team, but he can offer pretty consistent play overall. I've got him I've got him in A tier for low elo. I think he just does his whole kit and getting the ult off. All those things happen a lot easier in low elo, and in high elo I've got him very top of B. With like obviously the best of the best, Jeff making that look laughable, and he could be even better than that. But that's about where Jeff's gonna sit for now. Next up, we got Loki, guys, and ever since Lady Loki came out, there's like 1,000 more of these. But that's also because he's a very good hero, especially at high level play.
I forgot that
triple strategist. This man makes a lot of heroes irrelevant, and the double gambit is the biggest cancer in the game. I think that at high level play, he's one of the best. I have him in S tier, no question. His damage and his healing. And his kit with his lanterns and his shiftiness, very good hero. In low elo, will always maintain what he has been, even in the Loki Luna meta. If you did.
Okay, last time we were. Oh my bad. Can you hear me now? I mean, I paused it. I haven't played Marvel Rivals in a long time, so I was just walking to one of my friends, seeing like the heroes and stuff, because looking at it, there's like 20 extra heroes that weren't there last time I was playing this game. Never played it? Do you like to play games at all? What kind of games do you like to play? That'll work for a month now. Legends of Runeterra card game. Okay, okay. Yeah, I haven't really heard of that one myself yet. So, Dota 2, Warcraft 3. Okay, I had a friend that was really into Dota 2 a while ago. I could never really get into games like that too much myself. I usually like to play more shooter, competitive style games. That's usually what I go for. Her neck needs to be a little longer. So that's... Yo, what's up, Calamity? How's it going? There we go, that feels better. Yeah, it's like I've tried to get into some of them. I like to play like some of those like I guess what would it be like MMO games and stuff. Like I've played some of them sometimes, but I think I just get bored of those ones a little too quickly. Watching Broncos game, yeah, that's what my friend was saying. Are they still what is it, 7-7? Ooh, okay, what do you like to draw? Do you like to draw like fan art and stuff, or do you what do you like to like paint? Do you like to do it digitally or traditional? JJK, is the new episode of JJK out? Or are you just rewatching with the kiddo? Yeah, I think I'd have to agree, Will. Or being, I like digital a little better as well. Like, I mean, I guess, like, for rough sketching and stuff, I enjoy using, paper. Oh, that's awesome. I've always wanted to kind of, like, try to go in and do a webtoon, but been super busy with school and stuff, and now doing this, I mean, I understand why you lost Wi-Fi. I think your apartment complex is like siphoning it from a McDonald's. That eraser is still way too large. Oh, is it snowing outside? When I left my house earlier, it wasn't snowing. And I was on fixed thickness. Okay. Huh. might have to alter this a little bit. Dude, listening to this radio on Spotify that I've been listening to for like while I stream the what the best of no copyright sounds is, and it makes me realize how much of these songs was nothing but like tutorial videos, life hacks and stuff. Alright, bet, yeah, have a good one, man. Hit me up later. Yes, definitely, this is coming along better than I thought it would. Now if I could just speed up my drawing process, it'd be a lot better. Oh, and I actually put it in black line, they look so uneven. It's confusing when you say we gonna win. Like, I mean, I know what you're talking about, but everybody else that's from Colorado would think you're talking about the Broncos. What's the current score right now? Because last time it was 7-7. Are we still sitting at 7-7? Or... I forgot that I put that on here. Do I want to have her wearing those gloves in here still? Maybe not. Okay, Pat's up. If I want to keep her. Damn, I wonder why. I mean, everything on my end is pretty good. I guess you got to keep refreshing because your internet's not keeping up with it, I guess. This part in. Okay. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you're watching the football game and the snow, and yeah. Well, real quick, I guess before your Wi-Fi really starts out, what do you think? I don't know if I want to keep the gloves on her. I don't know if I want to make it, like, and keep it as part of her design. gloves off. I think I'm kind of leaning towards gloves off. I mean, yeah. I could shorten them. I'm just like, as I look at this now, like, I just don't know if it's. Because the first time I drew the gloves was on a design I have on my wall, like, up on my wall, when she's in that, like, red dress. I think I sent it to you a while ago. But I don't think it's. I guess I do have an image when she's in the black too, where she has the gloves on. But I just don't know if it fits what's on there now. I don't know. We'll see. Because adding the gloves is not a hard thing to do. So if I end up wanting to do it, I'll just go back for it. Okay. That feels better. I hear people cheering upstairs in my house. Did the Broncos just score? Patriots missed field goal. I didn't even know it was like, bro. It was clear outside when I was out there, and now it's snowing. Maybe the snow just hasn't gotten to me just yet. See, normally people would be like, oh, like Broncos are just used to playing in the winter weather and stuff. But I feel like that's not true anymore. You know, like I feel like that shit's just made up now. I feel like it doesn't. We don't get as much snow as we used to. Okay, well, what's happening? It seems like being is gone. It's just us again. I'm going back to finishing that video really quickly.
Did play Rivals back when that was very popular. I feel like Loki is like played way more DPS heavy for whatever reason in low elo, and the skill ceiling needs to be higher. So I do have him in B tier probably for low.
Hopefully your defense doesn't slip on the ice.
I enjoy it while it lasts, but I don't think she's in the best place at the moment. I've got her in B tier for both tiers, and that's for different reasons. Now in low elo, I think you do have to have aim and good mechanics to play her at a decent level. And then high elo, her survivability is still not there, even with like giving the idol to herself. She just doesn't have as much sustained power as some of her other strategist companions.
Is Luna Snow
so
not goated like that anymore?
Both of that. Also, her ult, after it got its nerf and how long it takes to get, because it is annoying, you know, it's just not where the other ones sit at as well. I think Luna could be good in a lot of cases. Her damage is kind of crazy. Like there's a lot of times I'm playing her and I have ace and I look at my healing and I'm like, it's pretty good, but my damage is crazy. So Luna is someone I do play decently, but I don't think she's in the best place at the moment, which means that NetEase is gonna buff her, or they're just gonna give her, you know, another 7 legendary skins. Magic, for some reason, Kingsman, the popularity of this hero has gone up for sure, and the Magic is one of those heroes that I feel like Magic dedicated mains are some of the scariest people in this entire game and love to live up to a challenge. You know, it's like if you go skiing and there's like the trail and then there's like the trees, the guy that goes like, I'm just gonna go on that route because it looks more fun. That's how I feel like Magic players like to play this game. She can be crazy and do a lot well. She does have a lot of counters and can be a weak matchup. Her ult is like feast or famine, quite literally the definition of that. Ultimately, I'm gonna have her in C tier for both. I feel like on a consistent basis, this is kind of where she lands, but this is definitely the definition of a hero that if you're just cracked at skill, she goes way higher than this. And then for a no elo, the reason I don't have her higher is,
what if I put her gloves something like I don't want to click on it because okay, I mean at least it works. Something more like this, rather than something actually covering her hands, but I guess covering her arms. What do you think about that? Let me. Because I saw this and I was like, you know, that kind of looks just like if it was just this part going up. Yeah. I knew. I was like, this shit's gonna be fire. Okay, I'm gonna turn on. I'm getting out of here. This one.
like with her ult, right? You need a team that's cognizant and goes in with you or buffs you up, and like you can carry King, but also not because they're not there. Magneto Rivals is essentially the name of this game at the moment. He's kind of right there with Hela
Magneto Rivals,
a hero that's been good for so long, and then Guang, they were like, hey, what if we gave him 2 bubbles? Then what? And I'll tell you what, he is picked all the time and is the King Vanguard in the game. He's one of 2 best with no question.
I mean, I guess I don't think I've ever played a game where Magneto hasn't been a part of it.
He's a perfect counter, and he can be played anyway. So he's obviously S tier. He's been S tier for a long time. Very easy to pick up and get the value out of him in low elo, and he's just him in high elo. Okay, so we move on to Mantis, and there's a good amount of change here from past seasons. We're gonna start with high elo. Because of where triple support is at the moment, Mantis is the cornerstone and anchor for that, and it's just a difference maker across the board. Not only is her DPS or the damage buff that she gives crazy for really good, hit scan,
fourth quarter, is the score still, what'd you say, 10-7?
Some regard, but in low elo, as I continue to say, Mr. Unkillable, right? Like the dude is fantastic. His ult can be a little meh at times, but his anti-dive, his peel, his aggression, like he kind of offers everything at a pretty simple to understand and execute level. He's perfect for low elo and very good in high elo. Moon Knight, that's probably low elo DPS, or
Yeah,
right up
okay.
there with it. And then in high elo, he's a combo monster. You know, he can have a little bit of bad that comes with him in high elo. If you do too much damage without eliminations, you're just gonna fuel the strategists that get their ult quicker, and then you kind of lose a lot of the fights. But in low elo, that doesn't really happen as much, and it's just so easy to execute the insane amount of damage this guy puts off. I think Moon Knight is so cracked, and if you don't have him in your hero pool, especially if you're struggling climbing and you play DPS, like you have to add it. If they have Loki, it's just free. But even without that, with the rise of Namor and his consistency,
I feel like I'll never.
super fast charging, great
I just don't think I could ever bring myself
and or combining with another
to fucking play
right? Like if you have a cloak and dagger that ult behind that, and the team
Moon Knight.
jump right into
Fuck
it.
Moon Knight. I hate that man.
Ways to play him. I've got him in S tier for low elo, and then for high elo, I do have him in the top. Okay, Namor is crazy, and he's not just the team up guy anymore. They kind of like gave a hand slap on the Hella Namor team up, which is stupid good still, and then they just buffed literally everything else. His turrets are so much more consistent. He's good for anti-dive. He's great to have that system.
Moon Knight. Fuck Moon Knight in Marvel Rivals. I hate that guy.
With all the other S tier heroes, he just feels like a perfect hero. And for whatever reason, if like my team's not doing good defensively, like he's just a clutch pick a lot of the time. And the way that you get your turrets feels way more consistent, and that you can be a little bit more loose with where you put them. You can have like a flank Namor in some case scenarios. He's a very flexible DPS that I think fits in a lot of the different like meta comps. So this might come out of shock, but I honestly, without hesitation, I've always had him in S tier for the most part, and low elo because of how easy it is to get kills with his little awkward guys. But I've got him in S tier for high elo. I think honestly he's like one of the best picks right now in a good majority of lineups. Okay, so Kitty Parker mains. Obviously we already had the funeral about you guys losing your other nest, and that significantly hurt the hero. Who are we kidding? So we can't have her in high elo.
No, they took away Penny Parker's other nest. No.
Healing the movement. She's still cracked in a lot of ways at the top level of play. So low elo S tier. High elo though, she used to be so much better, and she's played as this kind of fortress, like bunker hero. I guess if you're like the best cringe alarm, shout out to him. You can play him at a significantly higher and more big brain level, but no one does that. So I have got to bump her down all the way down to D tier, and it sucks. But right now, taking away the double Nash really hurt her overall viability. Phoenix, man, crazy damage, stupid survivability, insane ult. She is crazy with like a number of the different heroes that we've talked about today, from Groot to Gambit, you name it. She just doesn't feel like she dies. Her instant teleport is so annoying. Just when you feel like you got her, it's off cooldown again. She is quite literally, I think, probably the best top DPS in the game at high elo, and this is what we're going to see the pros play and or in the top level play. She's getting banned a good amount too because of how well she does play. She quite literally takes a hero in Rocket and what is it, a couple of heroes.
Oh, Phoenix looks just like her gameplay looks just like Hella's.
Very good. Top of S tier, no question, and it could be the MVP for the role. We'll talk about that again at the end. And while I'm thinking about it, guys, I just want to say a lot of support lately. Appreciate you guys so much.
Yeah, he's still not even done talking about all the rest of the heroes.
Watching all these videos, and you're like, oh, damn, I'm not subbed to Cozy. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. You really don't need to subscribe. They say this a lot nowadays because your home feed is so perfect. But it does help me a lot as a creator, so if you could take a second and press that, that would be awesome. Anyway, S tier for high, and then low, I've got her at A tier because, that's A. Alright, Psylocke, we're going to be quick with. I've got her in B tier for low and A tier for high. She's kind of in a weird spot at the moment. I think farming her ult off the front line and then, using that powerful ult is still very good in the majority of games. She does get outshined by a lot of DPS in the triple support meta. It just kind of feel weird right now. Like
I remember that.
Meta, so maybe doesn't belong right now. Flanking Psylocke has a tough time, I think, just in the majority of matches. This is my second most played hero in the game.
My knee just
and I
popped.
haven't played her much in the last month or so. But if you are dedicated to the craft of Psylocke, you're probably still dominating
to ignore how I did her feet here.
To play the character. However, he is as simple as Rivals gets a lot of the time. Kind of like Cloak and Dagger I said earlier, if you're having a tough game, go to Rocket, and you're probably going to help out a lot more than you were previously. Obviously, his healing and his mobility is so good against the dive, and with dive, it just works really well, actually, in a ton of comps. His damage amplifier is crazy, and top-level Rocket players are some of the biggest geniuses in this game. I hate playing against them. So I do have him in, obviously, S tier as one of the easiest healers to play and provides that value in low elo. And
Fair enough.
A tier, probably low
Fair enough.
tier for high. All right, we've got Rogue, and we'll get right to the ratings. I have her in A tier for high elo and C tier for low elo. I think this is probably one of the biggest skill gap heroes in the game. Very good at being this dive brawl hero, and if your team is with you, you can go crazy. Her ultimate is so solid and clutch to get rid of. Like, man, I've been playing some matches where the rogue moves up, wait for them to get out of spawn.
There's a whole ass blizzard out there.
That's what my friend was saying, is that the Broncos game is getting
You
super.
can't even see like from the light you're at to the next light. You can't see down our street.
It just like came out of nowhere, huh?
Yeah,
I was like, cause
it
when,
got super windy. When I got to Rare T, it wasn't snowing. When I left Rare T, it was a blizzard.
yeah, I was like, when I left, I was like, what is? Or when I left, it was clear.
Get out. Travis streaming.
Where a lot of these brawl, dive,
I was like, it's fine. I'm not.
Scarlet Witch, you know, after she got her stun upgrade, I think she's not as bad as people say. You know, Twitter likes you. I feel like maybe
It's a boring day.
playing Scarlet, go out
You want me to
there,
get to ride you outside?
especially in lower rank games, like all the
Yeah,
way
with no shoes or anything.
Pretend to be an Eskimo out there.
playing Strange More, you do have that.
Isn't
Naked
that?
and Afraid.
I was like, didn't they make it?
There's a show called Naked and Afraid where they
Yeah?
throw them out there in the wild completely naked.
Value around that is
They put them in like the rainforest and stuff, and they have to try to survive. And
obviously
6 people,
if they don't?
well, they die.
at low level
If you don't survive, you're dead.
got the red beam on them. And then not F tier. Little D tier.
They don't really die.
No, nobody's. If they get seriously injured or sick,
They come in and take them out.
there's like a camera crew of people there that like they'll get a helicopter and get them out. So like if they can't, say if you're out there for a month, if you can't last the whole month, then you lose the chance to win a bunch of money.
So you die.
And man, the other day when you had him go up there and jump rope, bro, everything on my shelf came down. Every single, like you could just hear boom, 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 and I look over and
He was going though. He was doing good. Hey, come on, dude. You're welcome, dude.
You didn't even want me to say thank you. Oh. Let me save this now, because if the blizzard takes out my internet and stuff, I'll cry.
And the hate comments. It's like people are playing two different games. I swear. Like if you play high ranked rivals, you're like, what? Like people are having from Squirrel, but in low, it's a whole nother story. So S tier for low. If you can learn where to bank off like some of your shots with the acorns and the nuts.
Yo, Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl is so much fun to play. Yo, you want to play some Rivals later? I'll probably stream that too. Just start streaming all that stuff.
I do feel like she probably belongs in niche situations, and she can get value. A lot of the times, though, you're doing so much damage without killing anybody, and then you've got the Moon Knight problem, and you're eating supports, and she's easy to deal with. So a lot's going against her at high level play. We move on to Star-Lord, and I'm probably higher up than other people are, but there's no reason for me to move him down the majority of the time. He's going to be at low S tier for high elo. He could be very top of A, but I think his matchups against the hit scan is perfect for him. His ult is crazy. Him with Gambit is solid, and his his mobility
There we
and
go,
his
that's what I need to
survivability
see.
is top of the charts. He's not falling. Like I still think he is one of the best DPS in this game. At low elo, you do need a little bit of that skill to truly make his hit shine. Like you're not skipping iframes on an Agamotto at low elo, so I do have him at the top of A for that. But S tier for high. Storm is pretty easy, right? Like if your team is coordinated, she's terrifying. Her ult is one of the best in the game. I think in low elo
Yo, drawing a heel at this angle is fucking weird.
Play that you're at, and you know, with the Jeff Natos, man, if you play with a cognizant Jeff, you're gonna roll lobbies, unless you know they have a Phoenix, which they probably do. The Punisher, old reliable, right? Where Groot is just shining so much. Where does the Punisher land? He's kind of an interesting pick, right? Because there's probably better roles to play or better DPS to play at high elo. I've got him in B tier, which I think he's kind of been at for a while in that old reliable spot. And then in low elo, I think his damage is very tough to deal with. His turret, his shotgun is God. His shotgun, when I use it, I feel like I do nothing. And when people one-shot me with the thing, regardless though, I've got him in A tier.
Feels
with
better.
that pressure, his ult, you know,
Draw through.
combo,
It's the
Luna
biggest
ultimate,
tip I can ever
like
give.
that time. So, Punisher is
Snow, snow, snow. Yeah,
hero
yeah.
in Rivals that
So yes to Marvel Rivals and the snow, snow, snow.
I think it's
Yeah, dude, I heard that shit
the
came out of
basic
my.
hero that I put
Did you hear
on
my sister?
lately
She said that shit came out of nowhere.
at range, but he dominates in brawl and is very good in a number of maps and situations. And honestly, in some of those situations, it can be played every single match. His aggression, knowing when to peel and dive, is obviously important with him. And if you have good strategists, you can just put so much pressure on the enemy team and punch right through the shield.
Yeah, she said she can't see down the street. Like I want to go. I might like.
And you're kind of that reason
I don't have a be right back screen.
at low elo, and it's very easy. You know, if you don't know how to play the thing, I'm gonna help you guys out. Quick guide.
I know how to do it.
Press right click.
I'll mute my mic and I'll just write be right back on
The button is on controller. Somebody help me out.
the thing.
And high elo, I
Jesus.
Again, I think he's slumped down. I think.
Why is there? Look at this. Why is there so many heroes? There's so many, and I understand that like Deadpool is 3 of them. Deadpool is 4 of them. Wait, let me just. It's like, where's Waldo? Is there any more? Yeah, so Deadpool is 5 of them. Am I gonna catch another Deadpool? No. Yeah, no, I know, to make another scene. I just didn't want to download. Like, I didn't want to, like, go and, like, download a scene offline or something. I would rather just make my own scene later. Because, like, I can make an animated scene and everything with on Adobe After Effects. Yeah, maybe after I finish doing this thing of her, I'll go in and what's it called? Start the download, but I don't know how large the download would be because I think. Hold on, I need to. Really quick, I gotta do that just in case, because I'm pulling up Steam. I don't want Steam to show something it doesn't need to show. Nobody needs to know what's in my game library. I mean, I could show you how to set up OBS. It's definitely different. I had to, like, I went through and, like, watched a YouTube video on it, and then I had to, my OBS is set up a little different because I set it up to where I have, that I'm multi-streaming. That's because you got to separate the audio tracks. Because you're like you have to separate the audio tracks and how it's going. But I show you. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I haven't. Marvel Rivals is uninstalled, so I'll have to reinstall it. I think it's about time I uninstall Where Winds Meet, because I don't think I'll ever play it again. Well, okay, now I have room. Okay, well, let me get off of here. Alright, I'll show you. Mine is... Well, my OBS is going to look different because I have a plugin set up. Like, I don't mind showing what it kind of looks like, but it's... Because you can see all the different ones. But if you look on here now, it's... OBS doesn't usually look like this. Because I have my outputs, which controls my stream. Like, this shows I'm streaming on Twitch and then YouTube. But I have my mic, like mic and aux audio. That's what's going right now. And then I have a separate audio track for desktop audio. And then this audio track that's here at application audio is for Spotify. So when I start playing Spotify, you'll see it's not like going crazy, but if I turn Spotify up, it'll be like it's just at a consistent kind of volume. But I'll still send you a screenshot, show you later. And we can get in a Discord call and you can just share your screen and I'll help walk you through how to set it up that way. But yeah, you should definitely be able to separate the audio so you'll have a certain channel that covers your game audio, you'll have a channel that covers what's it called? Yeah. There's just different ones, but I'll show you later. What are you watching it on?
He's the perfect snowball at high elo, and then you can still do a lot of that and get his impact. Like, his skill floor is not as bad as people think. Last but not least, we got Wolverine, who I also have in the same tier for both, and it's going to be B tier. I do think there has been better metas and places for him. Obviously, there are ones that can pop off and go crazy if you get the kidnaps, if you can, you know, team wipe with the ult, and where Groot is right now, you can feast. But for the most part, I think he's in a little bit of a weird spot overall. Definitely, I think he could be higher, and I think at pro play he's much higher than this. But, you know, looking at even Iron Fist, I'd probably rather that more frequently than I would a Wolverine on my team. Alright, guys,
Amazon?
part of the video where you guys skip to this to see all
Actually, you know what? Let me.
Hey, if you did, maybe I mixed them up. Maybe this isn't even.
Let's see if I can.
But you clicked on the right spot, because besides that, we are going to talk about the best in every role. We start with the Vanguard, and it's going to be the Edge over Magneto. I'm going to go with Groot. I think right now, at the highest skill ceiling level, Groot is just going to have the biggest impact in his games, as I've talked about before. For Duelist, I think Phoenix is probably going to easily be the biggest impact DPS in terms of pure damage, just like she can offer with her ult and combos and how she, you know, synergizes with the rest of the top tier characters. And then for the strategist, yes, heal pool is right there, but I still gotta give it to Gambit. I think right now he's still the best overall strategist in Rivals, especially having the best ult in the game. So there you guys go. That is every single hero and where I think they rank in both high and low elo in season 6. And of course, guys, let me know down below, what did I get right? What did I just painfully get wrong? Looking at you guys, this mob down below. And if you haven't already, guys, please subscribe. Helps build up the channel. Actually, I think we could get to 150K with this video, which is awesome. So anyway, guys, appreciate all the support. Until the next one, happy rifling.
What do you mean? I can see. Yeah, he's for sure not a. Damn, they missed the field. Alright, I have it on, but it's muted in the background. God, I wish I didn't have to listen to copyright or like non-copyrighted music on here. I just can't draw her foot today. Probably my niece. Be like that sometimes. Oh, sick. Yay, that looks way better. Wait, that looks actually kind of fire. I mean, that's fine. I realize we have, but I mean, I'm not listening to it, but I do have the game on. Maybe I won't have to go to school tomorrow if it fucking... if it continues like this. Okay. Wait, what am I... That's not what I meant to do. Where's the Pinterest? There it is. So they still go up about halfway up the arm. One timeout, they only need one touchdown. Damn. They're really letting themselves get cooked like that. I can feel my thing starting to lag. Okay, that wasn't too bad. That wasn't too bad. Hey, Tylenol commercial? I use that stuff. Sick. I did not get as much as I wanted to done with her here. That's fine. That's what I really want to do. Is the in-betweens for this. Should I do it in threes? Trying to like look through my ring light to see the game. Damn. Broncos got to retire now. Okay. I don't really want to draw that same thing over and over. Okay, that makes it better. We are 9-0 on the road this year, first ever time that has happened. Bro's out there taking a knee like he lost a loved one. Okay. Let's lock in. I need to get more done. Tied to Goon to Drake May. Okay. Unfortunate for the Broncos, though. Okay. I thought I'm yawning. Okay. Let's see. So it's starting to turn there. Wait, didn't save? Yeah, good. What does anti-aliasing do? Well, no, it doesn't work. So we'll go ahead and turn that back on. What else you gonna do? Not that's that you watch the game. Game starts at 4:30. What's the next? Who's the next game? The Cowboys and the Dolphins? No, just... Your message being checked by mods. The funny part is I don't have mods. Yeah, I don't know. Seahawks used to be one of my favorite teams. Back when they had Russell Wilson. I don't know who Sam Darnold is. Was that not playing? Huh. Maybe I just didn't set it up all the way correctly. Nope. Window? Spotify? Yeah? Weird. No, it is. Austin Goopin. Good for him, I guess. It's not too bad. You know, I mean, for a Bungulator, that's really just like a light work raid. I don't know. It might be like a big raid for you guys, but that's just, you know, be a peanut, that's an average raid. Man, too bad Peanut doesn't fucking stream on Sundays. So how's it playing 5-minute free access? What? Oh, for the game? Oh yeah, because it's not a local broadcast. Unfortunate. So, okay, but, how is it playing, how's it playing Arc Raiders with Austin? Because I know how it is playing Fortnite with him. More chill? Yeah. The other day I hopped on Raiders. Didn't even play the game. I just got on solely to, what's it called? I only got on solely to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oh, collect my stuff from the chicken, and then I got off and freaking, what's it called? I'm fucking spacing. Ads count towards the time. That's fucking funny. We'll save. This tool properties. We'll go with a big old calligraphy brush. How big is that? A little too big. That's good. Okay. I'm going to be right back. Okay. Whew. Yeah, I went to the bathroom, and then I wanted to see how bad it was actually snowing outside, and it just so happened to be that the chili that my brother had made was done, so I had to grab some chili. See, I told you I'd work just fine as a little be right back screen. But yeah, I got me some chili, which is good because fuck man, I was getting tired. I was ready to fall asleep in this fucking chair. You said once, well, it's really hot, and I'm too sensitive, so that shit fucking. Ooh, for a second, that shit hurt. That shit hurt real bad. The chili's good. It's a bit sweet. Apparently, there's brown sugar in it, but is what it is. But I'll just slowly eat on it while I keep working, because I want to get this little cycle I have done, and then I need to work on something else too, because I won't feel like I've done enough. So, well, that's a big ass line. Yeah, this calligraphy brush is nice though. Yeah. It's huge. Okay. Yeah, because I can't, in my right mind, let myself like go and start like play a video game if I don't do more work at some point along the line. Well, I mean, saying it like that is a little crazy. Just a little bit. You know, the animation work is kind of boring to watch. Nah, I'm just kidding. I know it is, but that's okay. This isn't supposed to be entertaining. This is work. The fuck? There's no flag on the play. Five-yard penalty for what? For me? For what? For saying animation is boring to watch? L ratio. Oh god. He's restarted. Later.
when she wasn't very good, she got a very significantly small nerf or buff, and then became really strong. Maybe Angela's kind of fragile, where if you just change something very slightly, you actually change how much value you get on her quite easily, or quite significantly. I mean, that's where I'm at. Hulk. Okay, so Hulk actually got a huge couple buffs this season. He got a buff to his right click, his whap. I think he got a buff to his bubble, and I think he got the big ult buff as well, which is so he cannot get displaced, right? So you can't like push him, you can't kick him with Emma, stuff like that. And I've seen a few of the Hulk players come back, like they're starting to be decent with him again. Like you see them actually not throwing games again. Or I don't think he's like winning. Like I think you have to still be insanely good at him. Oh, and the jump buff. You're right. I stand corrected. It was also the jump buff. I think in certain scenarios, like really good Hulk players, I've seen her making him work, but you can't just like pick the guy and like win games. You know, he's not like oh, this guy's really strong, I'll pick Hulk and I'll win. No, like the difference is now the Hulk players aren't throwing like zombies anymore. Basically, that's pretty much the biggest thing I've seen.
There's so much about Marvel Rivals I don't know anymore.
That much. Although they're both actually much better now. Your frontline would kind of suffer a little bit. It's not impossible, but like once you get higher up, you're gonna get punished for it. I would think. Next up, Cap. So Cap got a small buff to his shield throw. I think the cooldown went from 8 seconds to 6 seconds, and it's made him significantly better at farming his ults. But it did not make him any better than he was. I think Cap was already pretty decently good in dive combos, but he wasn't bowling people over. You know, he's just a really annoying gnat, and you also force the enemy into swamp through him, right? So like if they're on, let's say, what's a swamp that you would force him? Luna is one of them for sure. Maybe Luna Cloak or something, or Luna, yeah, maybe Luna Mantis or Luna Jab or something like that. You might say Jab, we'll do it. You kind of make the swap because he's just so good at absolutely shutting them down, and he actually does a lot in the TikTok part, not the TikTok part. TikTok can't absolutely right. The Hawkeye matchup. Sorry, in the Hawkeye matchup, he actually does a lot. Basically, Hawkeye's really strong. I wouldn't say he gets banned all the time, but I actually like banning Hawkeye these days. Hawkeye is kind of annoying, so that's where I'm at. I like banning that guy. I'm kind of sick of him. Next up, though, Mag. Mag has been the staple tank for most of the game. However, I've started to notice this phenomenon where I think Mag is overrated as a pick. That doesn't mean he can't get insane value. I just think people think, oh, we need a Mag here. And unless they're actually good at Mag, they're not actually contributing as much as you think they would. You think, oh, they have 2 bubbles. Oh, they have great survivability. Oh, they have a good ult, right? All of these things have a really great kit. But Mag, unironically, is actually pretty difficult to be good at. Consistently hitting your left click, right click, left click combos. Consistently bubbling the correct teammates. Consistently saving your resources. Consistently not taking too much damage to let the healing go to other teammates. Consistently hitting your ults. Consistently using your ults in the correct way. I think in a ranked environment, in a strictly ranked environment, as long as you are not playing in the absolute top of the top 500, he's actually overrated as well. That said, he's still absolutely one of the best. But not like you play this guy and you win the game. So you'll see as I add more here, I'm actually going to kick him more to the right. But I think unironically, this guy, for most average rank players, I think he's actually one of the best characters to play in ranked. One of the best, because you can basically just this. This is who tank pool is for. If you have good mechanics, are not afraid, and understand where
Okay.
to pick your battles, you basically play him like a fat DPS and you win. It's like playing Thor, but having range. Think of it this way. Imagine if Thor had range all the time. Like, Thor is unironically one of the best 1v1s characters in the game. I think Deadpool is just better in some ways. Because you absolutely, he does no damage. My brother in Christ, I apologize for this, but that is a skill issue and a half. That is not true. I got so many hours of games that you can scroll through from my lives tab or coming through. Brother, it is not a damage issue. Tank pool does just as much damage as DPS pool. The way you do it is you instantly grab your
Okay.
keys first, and then you constantly use your E up time on one of their two tanks, and you just headshot machine him. You just go ding, 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 for like the 4 or 5 seconds you have it, and then it's on like a 8-second cooldown or 6-second cooldown. It's so small. Every 8 seconds you get to absolutely ass blast somebody. It's insane. You do so much damage, and then if you just do that right for a couple fights, you're so strong. You're actually unbeatable. You get the E upgrade, so you get the extra damage resist, and your teammates get extra damage resist. The bubble upgrade, so it's much bigger and lasts longer, and it's stronger. You have, if not, just as powerful as a shield as most of the other characters in the game. On like the Winston bubble, you have good mobility, because what you can do is if you get the sword upgrade, the dashes, you actually can get up to, I think, technically 6 dashes, depending on what you're doing. Actually, no, you probably get 8, because if you count the jumps, right? Because like, if you're in a fight and you're dashing, hitting people, dashing out, and jumping too, you have so much mobility that I'm not saying you should engage and chase people. I think that's the wrong way to play them. I think you use that as like a disruptor, and then you leave. You draw attention and you leave. You draw attention and you leave. You draw attention and you leave. And you take 1v1s and you win them. The only time I don't take a 1v1 is like Hawkeye. I think that guy's too spooky. Maybe Hela. Maybe. But even Hela, I'd still kind of like think about it. Venom, in ranked play, tough pick. Tough pick in ranked play right now. Organized play, pretty decent. High level ranked play, pretty decent. Ranked, a little tough. There's a lot of tools. There's a lot of tools to kind of stop them. CC Magnet, yeah, honestly, if I'm playing tank pool, he's one of my favorite targets to go against. If there's a Venom on the enemy team, I literally just shoot him the entire time. That's my favorite target, actually. That's not true. It's like my third favorite target, but it's up there. If they have a Venom, I'm shooting him on the way in. He lands, he does his like, his right click. I'm just going ding, 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 on the entire time and force him to leave. And he's dead. He's gone. Can't do shit. Next up, Dun. Unironically, Dun is actually really good this season. Sleeper pick of the season, I think. Sleeper pick of the season. I love playing against him on Deadpool, so don't get me wrong. If you swap Thing into Deadpool, I'm feasting. But like, real talk, he's actually really, really, really strong. Sneaky pick of the season, for sure. Across all ranks, by the way. So a lot of times I say like, oh, in ranked, high level play is different. High level play is strong. Here, no, all. High level play, they're playing Thing. High level rank, they're playing Thing. Lower level rank, they're playing Thing. Thing and across the board. Thing. Come on.
Oh, I didn't change it yet.
I'm so glad I don't see this shitter anymore. I'm so glad. Even the good maps, they all stopped. They're all stopped playing her. They're sick of it. I haven't seen any of the crazy Penny players recently, to be honest with you. But like, everyone stopped playing Penny. Even on the strong Penny maps. Pack that shit up. Get that shit out. Get that dog shit out of here. Pack it up. It's over. Pack it up. Penny used to get banned whenever you played on like certain maps, like the squirrel
Okay.
I think he is. I think unironically he is. For TP, no. He got a buff to his E. His ult combo literally kills through support ults. He literally kills through support ults now. The only thing that makes Mag better is he's better at saving teammates, and his ult has more utility. That's it. Strange ult has more kill power through support ults. Mag's ult has more uses, so you can kill things, stop ults, stop other ults. Stop other DPS ults, stop other like ults like Emma, right? Like CC ults. I guess technically, there's a lot of other like utility for it, which is pretty damn good.
CC.
Tank pool over Mag, absolutely. I take a tank pool over Mag in rank, absolutely. To be fair, you need both of them. You need at least one frontline tank and a tank pool. You can't just have just a tank pool, which makes Mag better in a solo tank. But like, you'd miss that. You didn't see that part of the conversation. Emma, unironically, I think Emma's kind of fallen off a little bit. I know that the left click change has made her much more scary, but the thing that always made Emma scariest to me was the diamond form. So like, yeah, she does much more damage now than she did before, and you can also play her like a frontline tank just like before, like I was like you normally can. But I don't think she's like, oh my god, I actually like playing into Emma on tank pool. The only thing I have to do is I have to make sure she's not gonna grab. Gotta stop saying unironically. How about you got unironically have to suck these nuts? I'll say whatever I want, pussy. You know what? I'm gonna unironically keep saying unironically for the next 5 minutes. Unironically, bitch ass. Unironically, I think that she's not as good as these guys, but is playable. So unironically, we're gonna actually put Groot as the next character and the last of the tanks. And unironically, might be the best tank in the game. If you have a good group player, might be the best tank in the game. Might be the best. Granted, the line between these guys right here, all of S and all of A, have never been closer. Like, this line between these guys like, there isn't a gap. There isn't a huge gap between these. The gap between these is this. The front lines are really strong this season. Front line. Dive is still pretty strong. Anti-dive is becoming better. Emma is just kind of like recovering a little bit, but isn't all there. And Thor just gotten tons of buffs. But they're all very good. I just think that these ones provide a little bit more stability, a little bit more of a chance to win game in and game out than these guys do, but they're all viable. They're all extremely viable. So, yeah. Unironically, yeah. Unironically. Alright, move on to DPS. The Torchman. So the Torchman got some pretty big buffs recently, but I still don't see him played very often, and I'm not that scared of him. Maybe it's because I've been playing Tank Pool, and like Tank Pool is one of the first tanks I feel like I can deal with flyers pretty easily. He doesn't take over lobbies. I haven't really been scared of one in a while. I might even be a crazy person. I'm thinking about dropping him into the C tier. As the rest of this list goes on, I might drop that guy into the C tier. I'm not sure yet. We'll see how it goes. Iron Fist. This is a really weird one because I've seen some pretty damn good Iron Fists that are like kind of rolling, but I don't think like he's like take over the lobby type character. Like I think there's scarier picks. I'm doing it. Knocking this guy down because I don't think this guy's in the C tier. He's good. You should have an S plus tier as well. I mean, the only group that's gonna be S plus tier is supports. So, yeah, he's good. I think if you bump into actual good Iron Fist players, he's a menace. But he's not like a, oh my god, we need a DPS here. Chat, guys, what DPS do we need to win this game? We need an Iron Fist. Has anyone ever said that in this season in ranked? Guys, we need a new DPS. Which there's like 2 good Widow players I've ever seen, and you kind of need a Mantis to make them even better, or to like make it even somewhat work. You're just playing Widow for the bots. You know what I mean? Kind of what you're doing, just playing Widow for the bots. All right, DPS pool. DPS pool is very interesting, and in my opinion, the worst of the 3. He's just a shittier version of Tank. But I don't think he's like bad by any means. He's just like play Tank. He's just better. At least I think. The say, Invis ult, right? Let's say you're in Invis ult, and you're on a tank, and they're on Hawkeye. Their Hawkeye walks into the ult and goes, ka-ding, 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 and you die. What? How is that fair? You know, like you can run away and go hit behind cover, and you're like, I'm safe, and then ka-ding, 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 and you're dead. It's just like, what? That's bullshit. It is actually ridiculous, though. It is actually it's a little much. The rest of his kit, I'm actually not that mad at. Like, he can keep the one shot. He can keep, like, all the damage he does. The ult is the only thing I think is ridiculous at this point. Like, genuinely bullshit. Hela. So, Hela, very interestingly, has seen a shift where she is not considered the strongest hit skin at the moment. It's actually someone else.
Phoenix.
But she's still very, very, very good. So I'm still giving her the big old S. The big old S. But there's actually a DPS that people are considering better now than Hela. We'll get there. Mr. Fantastic, man. If we talk about a vibes-based hero, this guy's kind of a vibes-based hero. But he's not that bad. He has use, but he is kind of he's really
Dang, that's transforming a lot.
The doom and gloom where the giant pillar is. Yeah, I'm crashing. I ain't doing that. But other than that, he's really not that great. All right, Squirrel Girl time. If you're playing in like bronze to gold, she's probably like a B. If you're playing anywhere beyond the starter ranks, not that good. Not that good. I think the most art, the best thing I think could come up with is maybe just get a big voice. You think vibes? I was trying to not be mean. She has use. Yeah, you're right. It's a bad face. Come on now. Listen, I'm sorry, man. Listen. I always try to give Squirrel Girl somewhat of a pass because if you play in like those creator tournaments where like you play with brand new players, Squirrel Girl just runs them all over. Like it might as well be Thanos' second coming. You know what I mean? Outside of people that have literally never played the game before, just kind of. All right, Star-Lord. Star-Lord's weird. All right, Star-Lord's really strange. And the reason why Star-Lord's really strange is because this guy, if you're playing like high level play, he's like always there. It's like he's always there, no matter what, in some form or fashion. But in the other ranks, you know, you see other high damage heroes or have utility like Moon Knight's Ankh and then spamming it, or I don't know, Iron Man ulting or some shit, and you're like, why aren't these guys getting played more? You know? But he's still insanely good. Insanely strong. I don't know if I'd say he's better than these three right now, though. I think these guys are still better. How about Phoenix Hawkeye? But I'd say he's right there at number 4. I'd say he's right there around number 4. Maybe Daredevil 4 or 5. Like, could be interchangeably, depending on what they are. Depends on Gambit. Yeah, Gambit actually makes him so broken. Gambit legitimately makes him broken. 2 reasons. 1, if you don't have ult, you press your E on them and you get 40% ult charge on their whole team. Or 2, you do have ult and you kill the support ult with Gambit ult. Actually disgusting. Storm. So Storm never gets played. Like, genuinely never gets played. I wonder if it's because, like, she's actually bad because Poke is strong, or people are so, like, you just think she's boring. But I feel like she's not bad. I feel like she's not bad at all. I think out of the flyers that are on this list, I don't think I count Star-Lord right now as a flyer. Or he does fly, I guess, but, like, I think the people that are just sitting around in the sky, she's probably one of the best. One of the better ones. You know? But she is very map dependent. You're right. She's very map dependent. I don't know. I feel like people sleep on Storm. Unless she's broken at the time. It is what it is. Punny. Yo, low key, I feel like he's not that good right now. Low key. The only thing good about Punisher is his shotgun. You just shotgun. That's it. You just shotgun. That's all you can do. Other than the shotgun, I'm not scared of him. As long as you have a mag on your team. If you have no mag, then his ult is kind of scary. But I'm really not that scared of the guy. Punny is low? No. I think I look at him the same way I look at Iron Fist. If you bump into a really good Iron Fist player, he's gonna do a lot of work. You bump into a good Punisher player, he's gonna do a lot of work. But I'm not like, oh my god, we gotta ban Punisher. Oh my god, like this Punisher guy's gonna run us over. I'm not thinking that. I really ain't. If I'm thinking out of the 2 guys that I'm a little more scared of, I'm thinking Bucky. I think Bucky's scarier. I think Bucky's scarier than Punisher. And if I'm gonna pick one of these 2, I'm picking Bucky. Punisher shotgun's crazy though, yeah, but that's all you got. You have the shotgun, that's it.
Oh, okay.
And like you can make an adjustment to not dealing with that a lot of times. And if you can't, then well, one of 2 things is happening. 1, they're insanely good Punisher. 2, which by the way, they can fight the same thing with multiple other heroes. 2, they're getting a lot of team support. That's another thing that's really smart. Bucky should be S. Yo guys, I'm gonna be so real with you for a second. I think a lot of you guys think you're better at Bucky than you actually are. I'm gonna be real with you. I think a lot of you guys think you're much better at Bucky.
Okay.
It's not by a whole lot. And people have gotten good at dealing with it.
Ooh.
At the end of the ult, they've gotten good at it. You're gonna get Namor wailed. You're gonna get snatched by a Bucky. You're gonna get headshot by a Hawkeye. You're gonna get nailed by a Mag. And so the way you stop that from happening a lot of times is by not going
Hell yeah.
as you need to make the ult work. So you have to place it much safer. And so you actually unironically
Okay.
get value out of it even. So I know it
I
might
think that
sound harsh,
turned out pretty well right
but
there.
as the rest of this list forms, I think you'll understand. Alright, so support pool.
And I have
Okay. Support pool, I saw a patch that they apparently did a hot fix. Did they hot fix the jump thing? Where you get your ult instantly? Is that what they actually hot fixed? Because there was a way to get ult instantly. No, it was just the death reset? Oh. Really? Okay. Alright, I'm doing it then. Support pool is low-key broken in first fight scenarios. I actually think he's not that good later on in the game. Like, I actually think he's kind of not that decent. But you can pick him for first fights, like overtime, and have ult walking into the first fight. Think about it this way. You're playing a hybrid map. You both have a minute to attack. Okay? You can walk up with your team and in the very first engagement have ult. His ult is trash. It's not bad. What's his name? Trash.
okay.
Second off, just being able to have an ultimate walking into a support ultimate walking into a fight is crazy. A first fight support ult is actually legitimately unironically broken. It is broken. Now later on throughout the map, I don't think it's that good. I actually think he's actually worse than Tank. I think Tank Pool's the best one out of the three now. Someone said Gambit's better. Hydrogen bomb and coughing paste, brother. What are we doing? Speaking of hydrogen bomb, best character in the game is not even close. Best character in the game is not close. Actual server admin right there. That guy vibe checks the whole lobby. You guys think you're gonna win? You think you're gonna win? If Gambit's unbanned and one team has Gambit and you don't, and you think you're gonna win? So the best support in the game now, outside of Gambit, though, I would say is Invis. Invis is probably the best support in the game outside of Gambit. No longer a permaban though. No need a permaban actually. She's definitely you can feel the nerf. You can feel it. She's not as much of a server admin as she was last season. Still the best support in the game outside of Invis. She's killable now. Just not server admin. That said though, insane. Jeff, oh boy. Little Jeffy Payne short. So Jeff, I feel like he's gotten power crept a little bit. I think he's gotten power crept slightly, but he's not as bad as I think he is. I think that he's viable. But the problem is though,
Okay.
it depends on what Jeff you get.
Now moving on to this fight animation.
Depends on what Jeff you get. If you get the good Jeffs who actually know how to use the eat part of the ult, not just the press Q, the eat part, he's actually pretty good. If you get the
Thinking-
Jeff that only knows how to hit the ult button and tries to
And
ult
like
and instantly dies,
maybe around here is when I'll have him. Boom.
it is genuinely a 50-50 on whether or not your Jeff is going to throw your hand.
Okay.
Or he's actually going to contribute pretty decently. You know, the first part of the ult is easy, right? You press Q where you're standing, you get a little healing pool, everyone's good to go. The second part is the part that I'm talking about, the eat. Because for some godforsaken reason, they just have this innate urge to try to eat the entire enemy team in one bite, miss, and die.
This is what I was using.
Loki. Loki is easily number 3 on the support roster. So right now it's Gambit, Invis, Loki. That only changes if Gambit is not banned. If Gambit is not banned, then actually it goes Gambit, Loki,
first, I'm gonna do the motion myself that I want
They're
to
two
show.
sides of the same coin. Luna is for cloak players who can aim. That's it. Luna is just cloak players who aim. That's all. Luna is cloak players who feel like they can aim.
Okay, so
What it is.
walking,
I actually need to make another adjustment. I need to make another
and
adjustment.
then go over here, and his arm's gonna come forward a little bit.
I need to bump this guy down one because I gotta bump this guy up one. I forgot about Mantis. Mantis kind of insane. Mantis kind of busted. Yeah, you actually have a good man. And the thing is though, if you actually have a Mantis 2 support in your team, right, like one other support and a Mantis, you can win the game actually very easily. But the problem is most players don't understand how to take less damage. Everyone's a feeder and just literally leads with their forehead, running in, full speed. You were saying, someone on TikTok said, no, you can't, bro. Did you not hear me just talking about like, I'm telling you, I started to get to play in those insane, like insane gamer lobbies again. Like the pro player lobbies, and they're running Loki Mantis in ranked, and they don't lose. They literally can't die. It's not possible. They literally destroy everyone. It's actually disgusting. It is legitimately disgusting. And I don't think you'll see it probably for another 6 months until people like start to learn how to play it more. Like it's always trickled down. It's always trickled down, and it's gross. What makes Mantis so good? Damage boost, obviously. But the other thing that makes Mantis so good is actually her ult is like almost like a pseudo Gambit ult. It's not nearly as good, but basically when your Mantis ults, everybody runs forward. You run at the enemy team with your Mantis ult. Because it's not as sustained as like Luna or Cloak or Invis or something like that. You have a much shorter timer, and so you basically try to go jump somebody really quickly. That's what you do. You basically go jump someone. It's like budget Gambit ult. Yeah, you just go jump someone, and that's how you do it. Rocket. Rocket's interesting because I actually think Rocket got nerfed pretty hard. Like Rocket's wall climb nerf was actually pretty significant, but I bet he's still really good, but he's not like the unkillable little rat that he once was. It's weird. It's very weird. He's very slow now. I think he actually moves slower on a wall than when he does walking now. I believe. Don't quote me on that, but I'm actually pretty sure wall running is actually slower than just walking. So, RIP Rocket's wall running. The only thing that makes Rocket still insanely good though is the BRB. BRB is invaluable. The ult's still really good. Obviously you're still nimble. Obviously the healing is a lot easier. Is what it is. And then last but not least, Ultron. So Ultron's weird. Because my gut tells me Ultron triple support should still be strong because it was strong last season. But nobody's playing it. And I think he gets shut down really hard. I think with a lot of the poke metas poke heroes being strong, Phoenix, Hela, Hawkeye.
So this is gonna stay up here for a minute.
Bucky gets played a lot. Namor's getting played a decent amount. Star-Lord's still getting played a ton. And looking at the rest of this roster, you actually can still kind of shut him down. Not saying he's bad by any means. I think he's.
So that's
actually
gonna stay
very
up
good,
there
very
because
but he's just not getting played. And I think people want to play him.
we're gonna give him a little bit to take the cloak off.
Isn't a guaranteed win like it was last season. So now it's like, well, why am I gonna force myself to play something
There's
I don't wanna
one,
play
two.
and potentially not get value out of it? You know? So
He's walking.
it is what it is, right? That's it.
Takes it.
But there you go, chat. There is your season 6 tip.
I think maybe one more.
Skip it again. Because I had to change a bunch of these. I had to move them around. We had to talk about different things.
There's what, 12 frames of him doing that.
Get your bitch ass
I
back.
want a little more. Maybe 18.
There's no way there's more. Guys.
So I know I've been wearing these headphones for a minute. My head is sweating.
Hey guys, so I figured I needed to do an update on my situation with Jinx. I posted a video last night calling him out for copywriting me on my own original content that I made. This content was a video of me doing an impression of him, and it had made about $100 in revenue on YouTube. Since he reacted to the content live on stream, I suppose his agency or system automatically deemed it as his content. My video calling him out popped off, and it's currently got about 1.2 million views. And not surprisingly, Jinxie did see this video, and as of about 10 minutes ago, Jinxie has released the copyright claim and DM'd me to apologize. I just wanted to follow up the beef there and accept his apology publicly.
Who cares? Streamer issues. Okay. Let's turn the music back on. And let's get into it. No.
Do you know any more adventurous animes that I can watch?
Any more what?
Adventurous animes that I can watch? And without you? Because I really love Black Clover. But I can't watch that without you.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, because I remembered one, like, a week or so ago. But I don't remember which, like, I remembered it then, I don't remember it now. But I figured it would, like, that would have been one that would be okay for you guys. But it's also limited to, like, what platforms that we have to watch it on. Because when I watch most of my anime, I use
Disney, Disney and Netflix.
yeah, it's like when I watch most of my anime, I usually watch it on a website that is not technically legal. But I want to say you should be able to watch this one, Frieren Beyond Journey's End. That one has some really good magic and stuff, but it's not focused like how Black Clover is focused on like magic and like it's focused on like magic and getting stronger and stuff like that. That's not really the focus of.
Yeah, I kind of want it like Black Clover, but this isn't the same
Well, yeah, I was like, there's not
as it.
a lot of the anime that are like Black Clover. You're able to really watch by yourself. And there's not, to be fair, there's really not many anime that are exactly like that are like Black Clover like that.
I don't know.
Here we can so click on this. You've already watched Hunter x Hunter. It looks like there's 2 movies. I haven't even watched the movies.
Yeah, I got to the tree part where I forgot his name. Main character that always wears green. Forgot that guy's name.
Scissor 7 is good. I think you would like that one. He's a scissor wielding hairdresser, bungling quasi assassin. And the rest of those you can't really watch. At least by yourself. What's the name of it? I don't remember that anime.
Why is the screen black?
Just waiting to look.
And I'm not sure if I've got Hulu on Disney Plus. I'm not sure if I can enter it.
When you get on Disney Plus, do you go, like, we'll go to your profile.
My profile is there. I don't know.
Looks like we can.
Wait, Simpsons is on Hulu?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff on Hulu. I gotta turn this light off for a second. I can't keep staring into it. Okay. So it looks like they got Beyblade,
Already watched that.
Dragon Ball. What's that? Dragon Ball. I can't see what the name is exactly. Digimon. More Dragon Ball. Whatever you do, you're absolutely not allowed to watch this anime.
What's it called?
It's called Food Wars. You're not allowed to watch it at all.
Not even with you?
No. You
Food
got it.
Wars does sound funny.
You got about another 6 to 7 years before you can watch that one. Bullet. Never heard of that one. Nope. This one you can watch. Shangri-La Frontier. I like this anime a lot. It's about a guy he's basically just playing a video game.
Oh yeah, you showed.
That
You
one's
said you showed us this one and said we couldn't watch it. Well,
yeah, you should be fine to watch
and
that
then
one.
I asked free rent. Then I asked about free rent,
Yeah, you can
and I'm
watch.
pretty sure you also said that was no to.
Yeah, but you can watch it. I've literally never heard of that anime in my life.
What's it called?
Macross? What's that?
Either that or Macross.
During an interplanetary concert tour, Ring of Invisible Souls, the ruins of a temple.